Come into my jewelry store, Ivana & Co., and I will show you all the latest trends in trinket wares. We've managed to craft tokens of affection unlike any that you've worn before. Photo jewelry and mourning pieces are the only proper way to commemorate or celebrate a loved one. You'll be the talk of the town from New Orleans to London. Come, and I'll show you around. Let me share with you a brief history. The tradition of mourning jewelry began in Europe in the 17th century. Macabre pieces carved with the images of skeletons or skulls have been replaced by our more recent pieces that reflect the more romantic and reflective sides of death. The mourning process is a natural part of life to be shared with those close to you. In England, government and stated rituals regulate mandatory mourning periods, especially for the deaths of royalty and nobility. In many parts of the United States, the mourning are expected to be dressed in black for up to 2 years. Both cultures' mourning rituals are imposed out of respect and upheld by society's expectations. For those occasions and afterwards, we carry many different pieces of sentiment to properly commemorate the memory of your beloved deceased relative or friend. Our older pieces include rings or lockets of hair from the deceased person. Here we have a golden scallop locket from 1706. On the back, a skull is engraved below the date of death. You may commission one to be made for yourself or many to be handed out at the funeral. As for other mourning pieces, we also carry brooches, lockets, pins, bracelets, necklaces, cufflinks, tie pins, and earrings. Yet, rings are definitely the most popular pieces of mourning jewelry. We can take a photograph of your deceased or a photograph of them while they were living and inlaid in any of these items. Many pieces are often decorated with symbolic figures, inscriptions, or decorative flowers of condolence, like forget-me-nots or lilies of the valley. Depending on what you're looking for, we are able to craft a little pricier pieces from onyx, jet, silver, enamel, glass, gold, diamonds, or pearls. Yet, if you prefer a less expensive option, I would recommend vulcanite or gutta percha, which is a processed black combination of sulfur and rubber. Although originally intended for mourning purposes, the trend of stylistic photo jewelry flourished in England and the United States after Queen Victoria popularized the trend. Her Highness has been seen sporting various pieces of photo jewelry, and it is even rumored that she has large collections of these pieces. The trend-setting queen wore 3 memorable pieces of photo jewelry. The first is a gold and black enamel memorial ring of her late husband, Prince Albert. The second is a photographic pendant of Albert with the British crown and a hanging pearl. Lastly, she wore a photographic pendant pinned close to her heart. Miniatures are our best seller these days. Their history goes back even further than that of mourning jewelry. The tradition of cameos began in 15,000 BCE and took off with the Greeks and Romans of antiquity. A cameo is a carved profile of a woman or important ruler and worn in jewelry or on armor to exhibit certain morals or loyalty. Miniature portraits were expensive commissioned works of enamel or painting by a skilled artist of this special trade. These pieces were often given as gifts to loved ones or family members to be worn as decoration. The intricate, minuscule detail of these works made them a privilege to the wealthier classes. Seen here is an enamel portrait of King Charles by Jean-E Petitois. But the latest craze now, in 1868, is inlaying pieces of jewelry with photographs, also known as photo jewelry. With the incredible advancement of technology, we are able to place daguerreotypes, ambrotypes, which are negatives mounted behind glass against a black background, tintypes, or paper photographs in all sorts of jewelry. For the women, we have the photographs mounted into lockets, rings, bracelets, pins, earrings, and hair supports. And men, this is not a gendered fashion. We can craft photo jewelry out of tie pins, cufflinks, watch fobs, and watch chains. It's a frozen mirror of someone you care about. Exchange these pieces with a loved one or someone you admire. Wearing these pieces of photo jewelry is a beautiful sign of sentiment. It's a memorialization of a person near and dear to you. It's a way of publicly exhibiting your care or longing for someone. Combining the sensation of vision and touch is a powerful way to recall someone to memory. Lockets are often exchanged between couples. Open, the locket displays 2 portraits, but closed, the men and the women lie kissing in the dark. An issue of the Scientific American in 1865 explained the beauty and detail of a locket that resembled a photo album. The writer said an owner can always have with him in this elegant locket the faces of his dear kindred friends. We work directly with professional portrait photographers to help arrange these pieces and create daguerreotypes and photographs small enough to fit the molds. Just to name a few studios, we rely on Jeremiah Gurney, Southworth and Hawes, and Whipple and Black. The Brady Gallery has an outstanding photography team and runs one of the most excellent business operations in the photography industry. Matthew Brady is still recognized for his photographs on the battlefield of the Civil War. I do hope you found something in the story. I do hope you find something in the story you like. And what do I predict for the future of photo jewelry? I predict photos of jewelry. Advertisements will utilize means of photography to capture the beauty of body decorations. A large supply of diamonds were discovered in Cape Colony last year, and I have an inkling that these precious gems will be shared between two beloveds. Imagine the glimmer of the blinding gem in a photograph. What woman wouldn't want one? I just hope that one day, women and men don't resort to wearing jewelry of imaginary beloveds. That would be unnecessary and completely against the delicate nature and memorable purpose of photo jewelry. Well, who's to say what's going to happen? Hope you enjoyed your time at Ivana & Co.